You're watching a Highwire Media podcast. As always, welcome to the True Crime Never Sleeps show. I'm your host, Larry Leese. And on today's Murder Monday, we dive into the tragic murder of Emma Walker. Before we do that, I'll always give your thoughts in the comment section below and let me know what you think. With that, let's dive into today's episode. Central High School in Knoxville, Tennessee is all about football. The stadium lights come on, the whole community shows up to cheer on the Bobcats. Marching band brings the hype, cheer squad keeps the energy high, and yeah, football pretty much runs the school. Back in fall 2014, a new face hit the cheer team. 14-year-old freshman Emma Walker, the only ninth grader to make the cut that year. Emma came in hot, passionate, positive, always smiling. She took cheer seriously, fully embraced the team atmosphere. People described her as kind, driven, and always looking out for others. Her long-time dream? Becoming a neonatal nurse to help premature babies. One night during a game, while Emma was on the sidelines cheering, she caught the eye of Central High's wide receiver, Riley Gaul, or just Riley. The chemistry was instant. Riley was 2 years older, already well known around school. He was a solid student, loved video games, and was big on his church. Not your typical jock, more low-key, more reserved, kind of a class clown. At the time, Riley had a girlfriend, but that ended fast once Emma came into the picture. The cheerleader-football player combo was official, and the two quickly became the it couple at Central. Emma's family liked Riley at first. Her parents said he came off as polite, respectful, total boy-next-door vibes. That changed after prom season. Riley had promised to take his ex to junior prom and Emma to senior prom. Her parents didn't love that. They felt like Emma wasn't his priority. But Emma wasn't worried. She kept posting couple selfies and cute photos on social media like nothing was off. Her friends weren't totally sold on Riley though. They said he was hard to get to know, super reserved, maybe just shy. But as time went on, that opinion shifted. What started as quiet and introverted started to look a lot more like controlling and jealous. Friends said Riley didn't want Emma talking to anyone. He got possessive fast. People started to worry, but Emma brushed it off. Her parents took her phone, hoping to cut ties between them. It didn't work. Riley handed her an iPod Touch so she could message him on Wi-Fi without anyone knowing. For the next 2 years, Emma and Riley were in full-on roller coaster mode. Breakup, makeup, repeat. Their relationship went from typical high school drama to something way more intense. And not in a good way. We're going to take a quick break from this episode, and I'd like to discuss my sponsor, NordVPN, the service that keeps me confident and secure every time I go online. If you're not familiar, a VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, and NordVPN is one of the best out there for keeping your browsing activity under wraps. Why do I use NordVPN? First, it gives me total online privacy. When you connect to NordVPN servers, all your internet data is encrypted. That means snoopers, advertisers, and even your internet provider can't see your personal info or track your digital footprints. It's like having an invisible cloak for your online life. Second, NordVPN is awesome for unblocking geo-restricted content. Love streaming sports from overseas or catching up on that show that isn't available in your country yet? Just open NordVPN, pick a server from one of their thousands of locations worldwide, and boom, you'll have access to content you couldn't see before. Plus, with speeds faster than ever, you can stream in high definition without those pesky buffering interruptions. Now let's talk simplicity. NordVPN's app is super user-friendly. Whether you're on a phone, laptop, or tablet, you can connect with just one click. And if you ever get stuck, their customer support is there 24/7. Another big highlight, NordVPN has a no-logs policy, which means that they never track or store your data. Your digital world stays yours alone. Lastly, if you travel often like me, NordVPN really comes in handy. Whether you're on public Wi-Fi at airports, hotels, or coffee shops, your data is always at risk. But with NordVPN, you can safeguard your connection and keep hackers at bay. No more worrying about whether your coffee shop Wi-Fi is safe. So if you're serious about protecting your privacy, accessing global content, and just having peace of mind online, NordVPN is the way to go. Give it a try, and I promise you'll wonder why you waited so long. Hit the link in the description to learn more and grab a special deal. Stay safe out there. Happy browsing with NordVPN. Now let's get back to the rest of our episode. Each breakup came with more chaos, more arguments, and more red flags. Riley wasn't just texting a lot, he was relentless. Message after message, call after call. He'd sit outside Emma's job for hours, just waiting. Once he even told her, "You're dead to me, I'll check the obituary." Then came the whiplash. Right after the threats, he'd switch it up with apologies like, "I'm sorry for however I act. I love you more than words can describe." Emma's parents, Mark and Jill, tried again and again to get her to end things for good. Jill put it bluntly. She felt like Riley isolated Emma and made her believe he was all she had. The more they pushed for a breakup, the more Emma pulled away from them. By fall 2016, not much had changed, except now Riley was out of high school and started college at Maryville, about a half hour from Knoxville. Emma, still 16, was in her junior year. Around Halloween, her parents made a big move. They grounded her. No going out unless it was school or cheer. They tracked her movements, kept tabs on who she talked to, and for a minute, it seemed to work. Mark said she was acting like her old self again, hanging with family, actually sitting down for dinner, cracking jokes. It was like the Emma they remembered was back. Then Emma texted her friend Keegan. She and Riley were done for good. She'd seen photos of him at college with other girls. Keegan and the rest of their friend group were relieved, finally. But of course, Riley didn't handle the breakup well. Not at all. Friday night, November 18th, 2016, Emma was finally allowed to go out. Just a low-key hangout at a friend's house. Around 11:30 p.m., her friend Zach showed up. Emma pulled him inside right away. She was shaken. She told him she'd been getting creepy texts from an unknown number, stuff like, "Come outside alone if you don't want to see a loved one get hurt. Go to your car with your keys. If you don't comply, I will hurt them." Emma thought it had to be a prank. Maybe one of Riley's friends trying to mess with her. She texted back, threatening to call the cops. Text didn't stop. They just got darker. Then came the message, "Riley's been dropped outside." Emma and Zach ran out of the house, and sure enough, someone was face down in a ditch near the curb. It was Riley. He was holding his head, claiming he'd been kidnapped and dumped there. Said he didn't remember how he got there. Emma was in tears. She told him again they were over, and he needed to stop showing up. Riley walked off down the street. A little later, he called his buddy Noah and told him the whole kidnapping story. Noah wasn't buying it. Emma, now seriously rattled, decided to stay at her friend's house for the night. Next morning, around 10 a.m., Emma and her friend Haley were driving back home. They got close to the Walker house. They spotted something weird. A man, dressed in all black, walking around Emma's neighborhood. Emma dropped Haley off and headed home to get ready. She was planning to meet her mom, Jill. Soon after she got inside, the same man came back. He started banging on the door, ringing the bell like crazy. Emma panicked. She started texting friends, and she messaged the one person she thought would show up and help her, Riley. Saying, quote, "I hate you, but I need you right now." Riley texted back that he was on his way. When he got there, the man in black was gone. But Haley knew who the mystery man was. She said there was no doubt in her mind. It was Riley. His car was parked nearby too. She even messaged him to ask what the hell was he doing outside Emma's house. He denied it was him. When Jill got home, she found Riley and Emma standing in the front yard. Jill reminded Riley again that he wasn't welcome and told him to leave. Emma was still shaken, convinced that maybe it had been a random burglar. Jill didn't buy it, but something felt off. Emma was sure Riley wasn't involved. That Sunday, Mark and Jill were so worried about her safety that they personally took her to her job and picked her up after work. They had no idea what was coming next. Sunday night, November 20th, 2016, everything at the Walker house felt normal. Emma had a chill night, texting with her friend Keegan about an assignment. Around midnight, she headed off to bed. Meanwhile, back at Maryville College, Riley was using his roommate's phone to call her. He claimed later that Emma told him, plain and simple, she didn't want to get back together. The call ended abruptly. After that, Riley snapped. He bombarded Emma with messages and called her over 40 times, leaving voicemail after voicemail. She didn't respond. Eventually, he gave up. In the middle of the night, Emma's dad woke up. He thought he heard noises in the house. Something like door slamming. Checked on Emma and her brother Evan, looked around, but nothing seemed out of place. Chalked it up to his imagination and went to bed. Around 6 a.m., Jill walked into Emma's room to wake her up for school. She called her name, no response. She touched her leg, nothing. Then Jill looked at her daughter's face. Pale skin, blue lips, no pulse. Jill called 911 immediately. The dispatcher said, "What's going on there?" Jill responded, "I just tried to wake up my daughter for school, and she is..." Emma Walker, just 16 years old, was gone. Police arrived and noticed a little blood by her mouth. At first they thought she may have taken something. Then they spotted a tiny hole in the wall of her bedroom that changed everything. It was a bullet hole. Someone had shot Emma while she was sleeping, straight through the wall. 2 shell casings were found outside. Investigators walked the perimeter of the house, found a second bullet hole. Same height, same direction, also aimed straight into her bedroom. The bullets had been fired from just 4 or 5 feet away, sometime between 2:30 and 3 a.m. One shot hit Emma behind her left ear and killed her instantly. The other lodged in her pillow. Whoever pulled the trigger knew exactly where Emma slept. They knew the layout of the room. They knew what they were doing. The news hit Knoxville hard. Tributes poured in. Central High held a candlelight vigil. Her cheer team released balloons at the next football game. Everyone was mourning, and in the middle of all it, Riley was posting tributes too. But as police started digging in, interviewing friends and family, one name came up again and again and again. Riley. As soon as word got out that Emma had been killed, Riley's friends started getting uneasy. A couple of them went to police with something big. The day after that fake kidnapping stunt, Riley had told them he was scared for his life and had stolen his grandfather's gun, just in case. He even showed it to his friend Alex. Then another friend, Noah, came forward too. He said Riley had asked him how to remove fingerprints from a gun. Riley played it off like it was for a roommate. But yeah, no one was buying that. To make things even messier, Riley's grandfather had reported the gun stolen 1 day before Emma was shot. Now Riley was asking Noah and Alex to help him dump the weapon in the Tennessee River. He said he didn't do anything, but if the gun was found, it could look bad. Police brought Riley in for questioning. He was calm, weirdly calm, saying, quote, "Hope I'm not a suspect in her death." Detectives sat with him for hours, and the more Riley talked, the more cracks started to show. His story wasn't lining up. His answers felt rehearsed, detached, cold. He kept calling Emma the girl instead of using her name. That raised eyebrows. He said he was at college in Maryville when Emma was killed. Cell phone data said otherwise. His phone was tracked heading back to Knoxville around 12:30 a.m. By 3:45 a.m., he was near Emma's house. She was killed between 2:30 and 3 a.m. When cops pressed him on the gun and what his friends had said, he denied it all. Same story with Noah, denied asking him anything about fingerprints. At this point, Riley was the only suspect, but police didn't have enough to arrest him yet. After his interview, Riley did what guilty people do. He texted Alex and Noah and told them to stop talking to the police. He also told them to delete every message he'd sent. Too late. What Riley didn't know, Alex and Noah were already working with investigators, and they had a plan. The goal? Get the gun. Alex and Noah agreed to go along with Riley's idea to toss the gun into the Tennessee River. This time, they'd be wearing wires and body cams. Cops would be hiding nearby, ready to move in as soon as Riley pulled out the weapon. Guys would text a code word to signal when to act. Alex said it best. "I wasn't afraid for my safety. I was afraid justice wouldn't happen if we made the wrong move." So the trap was set. Riley showed up with a gun, same one from his grandfather, and a trash bag full of stuff he wanted to ditch. Black clothes, gloves, all of it. "I just want to throw it and be done." Oh my god, this is a real gun. They got to the river, Riley opened the bag, and just before he could throw the gun in, cops swarmed in. Boom, arrest made. Less than 48 hours after Emma was found, Riley was in handcuffs, charged with her murder. Inside the trunk of his car, black clothing, black shoes, just like the guy who was outside Emma's house days earlier. No, now it was him. The trial kicked off over a year later, and it was emotional right from the start. Emma's mom, Jill, was the first to take the stand, reliving every moment every detail of what happened to her daughter. The courtroom was packed. Tension was high, and both sides came out swinging. Let's start with the defense. Their game plan? Not to say Riley didn't pull the trigger. They own that. Instead, they claimed it was a huge mistake. According to them, Riley wasn't trying to kill Emma, he was just trying to scare her in a twisted attempt to win her back. Seriously? That's what you're going with? They said it was part of some dramatic save-the-day plan. Scare, then show up as her hero. Terrible idea, obviously. Their argument was reckless, not intentional. They pushed for the lesser charge of reckless homicide, not first-degree murder. Prosecution wasn't having it. They laid it out plain and simple. Riley was obsessed. He couldn't let go, and when Emma cut him off for good, he snapped. They brought receipts, the fake kidnapping, the stalking, the black clothes, the stolen gun. He wasn't trying to scare her, he was trying to control her, even after death. And then, there was the shot. He made the jury think about that moment. 3 a.m., Riley standing outside Emma's window, dressed in black, gun in hand. Out of all the places he could have fired, the sky, a wall, a tree, he fired straight into her head through her bedroom wall. Prosecutor said, quote, shot placement shows you intent. He didn't miss, he didn't guess, he knew exactly where she was. The courtroom held its breath as the jury returned. Verdict time. Judge, Mr. Gaul, please stand. On the charge of first-degree murder, what is the verdict? Jury foreman, quote, guilty. On the charge of stalking, guilty. They found Riley guilty on everything. First-degree murder, stalking, theft, reckless endangerment, and using a firearm during a dangerous felony. Riley Gaul was officially found guilty, not just of first-degree murder, but also stalking, reckless endangerment, theft, and using a firearm during a dangerous felony. The state of Tennessee doesn't play when it comes to murder charges. First degree, that's an automatic life sentence. Riley won't be eligible for parole for 51 years. He'll be in his 70s before he even gets a shot at getting out. Before sentencing, he got up and made a statement to the court. It wasn't an apology. Not really. Saying, quote, I know nothing I can do will ever bring Emma back or take away the pain I caused. But I can tell the truth about what happened that night. My intention was never to hurt her. I wanted to scare her. I thought if I frightened her enough, she'd have no choice but to talk to me again. I could show up, be the hero, and fix everything. But he didn't fix anything. He ended the life of a 16-year-old girl because he couldn't handle being told no. In May 2021, Riley tried to appeal, claimed there wasn't enough evidence. He wanted an acquittal, or at the very least, a new trial. The court shut him down. Appeal denied. His legal team said they'd keep trying. So far, nothing's changed. Emma should have graduated in May 2018. Instead, her parents walked across the stage and accepted her diploma on her behalf. Her cap and gown were placed on the empty chair where she should have been sitting. Since her death, Emma's family has turned their heartbreak into something meaningful. Central High created a scholarship in her name. A dog park was built to honor her love of animals. And at East Tennessee Children's Hospital, where she dreamed of working someday, an ICU patient room now carries her name. Her mom, Jill, says Emma's energy was one of a kind. Kind, bright, unstoppable. In her message now, carry that with you. Be kind, make people feel seen, smile at strangers, channel Emma. That's how she's remembered. And that is the story for our episode. Murder of Emma Walker. Let me know your thoughts on this case in the comment section below. Give us a thumbs up if you like our video. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification button to be notified of future videos. And if you want to support the channel, buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/TCNS. As always, thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.